Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Friday Night Magic. Today we're going to be playing the Sylvan Might deck. This is an elf-focused deck with a bunch of life gain and the attempt of overwhelming your opponents with elves. The opening hand, you know, it's actually okay, but it's not ideal. It's not exactly what I would want. But we're gonna go ahead and keep it anyways. Ideally, I like to get the Essence Wardens and the Well-Wishers, which are my life gain mechanic creatures. I like to get those in my opening hand because it's good to get those out early to start snowballing the life gain. But this hand is not bad, which is why I kept it. We can open up with the turn 1 Taunting Elf. We're not gonna be able to attack with it, but it's another elf in play. And then turn 2, we can Nisa's Chosen, and turn 3, we can put a single kicker on Warcaller, pumping up all of our elves, and you know, that would allow us to start swinging for some damage. So it's not a terrible start for us by any means. Looks like the opponent starting off with a single force, and we're going to see an elf from him. There's a variety of, actually no, it doesn't look like, I think that's, here in Duels, the artwork pertaining to the basic lands actually gives a lot of information. Wow, it took him a hell of a long time to play that. Alright, so, alright, starting off with a token there. We're going to open up. We don't want to open up with this because we do want to play him with a multi-kicker. So we're just going to play the Taunting Elf. Nothing we will be attacking with anytime soon, but it's a turn 1 play. It will eventually allow us to swing and force his creatures to block the Taunting Elf, allowing us to push damage through that he won't be able to deal with. I'm going to be interested to see how this matchup goes. The Elfin deck can be very strong, especially if you get a strong opener. My opener here is, it's good, but it's not as strong. It's not as good as I'd like it to be. And he is playing the Dragon deck, which means we're going to be getting some big flying creatures in play, which could be quite problematic for us to deal with. But we will, of course, see what happens. We are going to skip blocking because I want as many elves in play as possible, because the more elves in play, the more the elf buffing things like Warcaller, the more effective they are. Plus, if I draw that Well-Wisher, we'll eventually be playing that, which is good. All right, we're going to go with a Nisa's Chosen right now. This is a 2/3. If it dies, it goes on the bottom of my library instead of into my graveyard. Not going to be attacking with the Taunting Elf anytime soon until that point that we want to force through damage. And then next turn I can go Warcaller with Kicker, or I could go Nisa's Chosen plus a Spire Tracer, and then the turn after I could Warcaller with Kicker. That might even be a better play. I might decide to do that instead. Boy, oh boy, he's getting a lot of tokens in play. He does this for the sake of devouring, so he's going to play a creature. He's eventually going to play a dragon, devour these, and make that dragon very, very big, which will be quite scary for us. So we need to get kicking as soon as possible, essentially. There's a Well-Wisher, which is very good for us, actually. So let's see here. Do I want to start the life gain sooner, or do I want to start pushing sooner? I think I probably want to start the life gain sooner. Especially since he's got a lot of chump blockers right now. So we're going to go with these two. Although I'm not going to be swinging with my 2/3, because all he would have to do is block with 3 creatures. He would block with 2 of these, he'd get 2 tokens back and block with a 3rd. It wouldn't really be a big loss for him, essentially, is the point. I guess the good news is, in terms of mana, he's far away from being able to play a dragon anytime soon, so this does give us some time. And we will be able to start poking away at him with the Spire Tracer, and he can't block that because it needs to be blocked with a creature that has flying or reach, which he doesn't have at the moment. He's going to cultivate, getting himself 2 lands, so putting him closer to playing a dragon. In fact, next turn, he may very well be able to play a dragon with Devour if he has such a thing. What am I going to be doing next turn? I think next turn will be the Warcaller, and then I'm probably going to start attacking. I'm going to pump up a Warcaller and start attacking is my, pretty much my game plan. Okay, we could wait another turn and hope for another land to do Warcaller for 2. Which wouldn't actually be a bad idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to play both of these elves. And I'm going to wait another turn, hoping to draw on a land so that I can multi-kicker Warcaller twice. Now, come my attack phase, I will only be attacking with this. Okay, what does he have to say? Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't really chat in, I I don't really chat in these games because it make for terrible videos. But I guess he'll figure out that it's me once he watches this video. Alright, so hit for 1 in the air. We've got a lot of elves in play. We're going to be able to tap this for 6 life gain. He's going to play a 6/3. That's fine. Well, it's not fine. It stinks, but nothing we can really do about it. And then come his end step, if he doesn't attack, we are going to tap the Well-Wisher, gaining 6 life. And then it's our turn. We did not draw what we were hoping to draw. We could just go with the Renegade Leader and still wait yet again. I think we'll just do that. I would really, it's so much better if we can do this for 2 instead of 1, so. And then we move into combat phase. I swing for 1. And the other thing too is that I can eventually set up, because I've got the Well-Wisher, if I can get this for 2, we could try to set up for a kill in a turn. So let's take a look at what we would have here. Alright? We would have, pass it over. We would have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18, that would be enough to kill. If I can kicker this for 2, we attack with the Taunting Elf. He has to block with all of his creatures. He has to block the Taunting Elf. We would be able to actually push for a victory. However, he is soul firing. Let's see what he's doing with this thing. I can regenerate one of my elves that he tries to target. So we'll have to see what he does. Target creature you control on the battlefield deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So he's making a choice right now if he wants to hit me in the face or if he wants to hit a creature. He's going to hit a creature. I don't think I can regenerate. He can't regenerate himself, I don't think. I will try, but no, he cannot. Well, let me put it on a creature in case he tries. Actually, I think regeneration taps the creature. At least it did when I played physical Magic. Looks like it doesn't anymore. Okay, well now he has got regeneration so that if the opponent attacks, I can block and this would stay alive. So let's see what he decides to do. Okay, he's gonna attack with everything. Okay, so I'm gonna block the 6/3 with this. It's got regeneration, and I'm gonna block 2 of his 1/1s with these guys, and then that's it. So those 2 guys live. This guy's got regeneration, so he should live. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's take a look here. Let's do the math now. We ended up losing that 1 creature, which makes a big difference, but we can multi-kicker this for 2 now. So he's at 18. Let's see what we have for damage. 4 plus 4 is 8. 12 plus 6. This is 18. We win. We win. All right. Let's go into attack phase. He is forced to block with all available creatures. He's forced to block this, and unless he has something to prevent any damage with the 1 green that he has, this will be the victory. 4 plus 4 is 8, 12, 16. There you go. Taunting Elf comes to play. We get the victory. That is game number 1. Let's move on to a second match. And our next game is against Tefir 187. I'm gonna guess Tefiri 87. I'm gonna guess that he is 2 years younger than I am. It's so funny when people put, "This is the year I was born." All right, we're gonna keep this hand pretty good. We got 2 Essence Wardens, a Gem Palm Strider, as well as a Well-Wisher. So we're gonna be against lots of life early on. We also have our Imperious Perfect to pump up our elves, and this is an early play as well. So this is pretty good, actually. This is a pretty strong start. Playing against a deck with some red in it. I'm interested to see what this is. Red and white. And it's gonna be the mirror deck, the artifact deck, as it were. Okay, this should be interesting. Now I think I'm actually gonna play the Well-Wisher before I play the other Essence Warden, just so I can start triggering the Well-Wisher next turn. So instead, I could play the Well-Wisher right now, and then next turn get the life. I could play the Essence Warden right now, and the next turn get the life from the Well-Wisher. However, doing it in this order means that next turn, instead of gaining 1 extra life from having played the Essence Warden first, I'm gonna be able to gain 3, or maybe even 4. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to get, no, 3 life, based on what I'm gonna be able to play. Oh, never mind, we're gonna play that. We're gonna play that just as an elf. And gain a lot of life now. We're not going to be attacking until I get the Imperious Perfect in play, and I can attack safely past that. But it is a very strong start for the life gain. We are skipping attack phase, like I just mentioned. And then Well-Wisher will be doing before the end of his turn for 4. And next turn we'll be playing the Imperious Perfect. Alright, he's going to play this. Equip creature as first strike. Whenever equip creature attacks, put a 4/4 White Angel token with flying onto the battlefield. What? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's unreal. I don't even know what to say. He's gonna get a 4. Oh my gosh. What? Woe is me, woe is me. Here's the Imperious Perfect pumping up our other elves. And then we're gonna swing with everything but the Well-Wisher. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Alright, let's go into combat phase. Let's swing here for 7. He's likely gonna take it. Bring him down to 13 because he's gonna get his thing in play. He doesn't know those. We've got the Gem Palm, and we're gonna be able to attack. And if he blocks with his angel, it's gonna die. We could win next turn, actually. There's a possibility, because I'm guessing he's gonna equip this. Oh, never mind, here comes a Galvanic Blast. He's gonna choose the perfect 2 damage to our creature or player. Okay, well, let's go ahead and gain life before it dies. So never mind, we're not winning next turn, like I had hoped. This gives this creature first strike. And here comes the angel. That is so crazy. Alright. I don't even know what to do now. He's gonna be getting 4/4 angels every turn. That's so crazy, dude. And they're gonna have first strike because he's gonna put that on his angel. What a crazy card. Immaculate Magistrate. Let's see if it lives. If it does, it's our best chance at winning. I'm waiting to attack until I can activate the Magistrate so I can pump up whoever he tries to block, or if it's enough damage for the victory, pump up an attacking creature to kill him. Which will probably be the case with a Gem Palm Strider. Plays another one of these? What the crap? At least he can't. Oh, here's a Galvanic Blast. Oh my gosh. He's got the response for everything. This is crazy. He's got a response for everything. Unreal, dude. Unreal. All right. I'm gonna block his 1/1. It's got first strike, but my thing's a 2/2, so it's fine. Just the angels coming out of everywhere. Oh, man. We've got a ton of life, but I don't even know that's enough. Alright, let's just search the top 5 cards of our libraries and then pull elves from there into our hand. And we will be playing the Well-Wisher. and then passing the turn. I just don't know how we're gonna push through the victory damage. That's the thing. He's at 13, but I can't attack right now, because he just blocks and kills whatever I have with this 4/4. And if he gets two more lands, and right now he's gonna be able to equip one guy with a spear, and then next turn he'll equip another guy with a spear, and then he'll be getting 2 new angels every single turn. I mean, eventually we can't outpace that. Like, that's crazy damage. We are gaining a ton of life, but we can't even attack him. Unless we get a Taunting Elf or some Trample or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, we're gaining a ton of life, and we're gonna keep gaining a ton of life, but I think he's just gonna outpace us with angels. This is ridiculous. What the heck is going on? There's the Taunting Elf. That is huge. If this thing lives, then we win next turn. If it lives, we win next turn. With a Gem Palm attack, with everything. Unless he clears the board or something right now. So Taunting Elf forces all available creatures to block Taunting Elf. And that means we could push through for the victory with everything else. We're gonna be gaining a ton of life this turn too. 14 life we're gonna be gaining. So if he can't kill the Taunting Elf, he's done for. Although, I guess if he gained a bunch of life, he could still win. Because we're gonna be able to do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, we'll have enough damage for the victory if he can't kill the Taunting Elf. He's just gonna attack with everything because he knows that it doesn't matter anyways. Also, he gets the multiple blockers, but... Second main phase, doesn't play anything. We are going to double Well-Wisher. And we should have the victory right now. Unless he kills a Taunting Elf during the attack. I guess we'll find out right now, huh? Alright, moving into combat phase. Attacking. Taunting Elf is going to trigger. Blocking is declared as soon as the damage phase goes through. What is going on? There we go. Cycle this. Pump up all of our creatures +2/+2. And that is the victory. All right, beautiful. And that's gonna do it for this episode of Friday Night Magic. Let's go ahead and wrap things up by taking a quick look at the deck list for Sylvan Might. This should actually be the same list that we took a look at. Well, it will be the same list that we took a look at last time we played this deck. 3 of the Yorga War Callers, so very strong, pumps up all of your other elves, depending on the number of multi-kicker tokens on it. We've got the Taunting Elf to force a block from your opponent. A lot of times you were pushing through the victory with this, as you have seen. The Essence Warden, it's the green version of a Soul Warden. You gain life whenever a creature comes into play. It's a very early drop at a 1 land for a 1/1. And then some other 1-drop elves, 1/1 Hexproof, 1/1 that when it attacks, you untap all the creatures you control. Works very well with Well-Wisher, as well as what is that other one here? The 4 thing, we'll get to it in a second. Works very well though with any elves that tap for activated abilities. The Spire Tracer, 1/1 that can't be blocked except by creatures with flying and reach. We've got the Fauna Shaman. Discard a creature card, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. It works very good. You can get rid of one of your small elves and search through for something bigger, more utility that works on a variety of the elves that you have. Elvish Vanguard, 2 lands for a 1/1, gets a 1/1 counter whenever a elf enters the battlefield. We've got the Talara's Battalion. It's a 4/3 for 2 and trample. You can only cast it if you've already cast a green spell during your turn. Gem Palm Strider, either play it as an elf or cycle it to pump up your other elves. Well-Wisher, gaining life for the elves that you have in play. You tap it so you can do it every single turn, except for the first turn it comes into play, of course. The Nisa's Chosen is just a nice 2/3 body for 2, and it also shuffles back in your library when it dies. The Renegade Leader, 2/2, you can tap a green to regenerate an elf. You can tap 5 to overrun, giving your creatures +3/+3 and trample until end of turn. Perius Perfect, 2/2 for 3, pumps up your other elves and also allows you to put elf tokens into play. Lead the Stampede, reveals the top 5 cards of your library, lets you pull elves from that into your hand. Immaculate Magistrate, this is what I was talking about, working with the card that untaps your elves during attack. So you can tap it to pump up a creature, attack, untap your elves, or you can attack but untap your elves, tap it to pump up another creature. It's kind of crazy. The Heedless one, it's a star with trample. The star is power and toughness equal to the elves that you have in the battlefield. Or is it you or any elves? Power and toughness is equal to the number of elves on the battlefield, so yes, that even works with your opponent's elves. The Sylvan Messenger also lets you scry 4 cards and then take any elves and put them in your hand. It's a 2/2 trample. And then Slate of Ancestry, just because you're dumping your hand so often in this deck, it's just amazing card draw. And on top of that, you've got a lot of creatures in play, so a lot of times you're filling up your hand pretty quickly with that. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Friday Night Magic. Stay tuned next Friday for another episode. Hope you guys have a great day. Keep watching and keep owning.